Hey guys, Zach here. I know it's called football. Let's get started. Talk about the draw against Jamaica last night. Of course, the U.S. men's team traveling over there to Jamaica. Um, I mean, I have to be honest. I haven't been feeling too well last couple days, so I had the game on. I wasn't watching like I normally do. So, all in all, I think I'll just touch on the draw itself, the point, what it meant to the table, of course, and more so sort of sum up the international window, which is of course only these two games. Obviously, last night it finished, and all our players now are headed back to their clubs. Um, yeah, I mean, like I said, I wasn't really paying you know as much attention to the game as I normally do, of course, but we started off great. We started off strong. The lineup wasn't exactly what I thought the manager would go out there with. I didn't really think Buzio would be starting. I thought he might have thrown Kellen Acosta in there, of course, with the absence of Weston McKennie and Chris Richards coming in for the suspended Miles Robinson. I did sort of figure that would be the like for like change. What was most likely to happen, and I think people probably tend to agree with that. Of course, you can let me know if you thought maybe McKenzie would have been better there. So of course, let me know if you disagree with me on that, or just on the manager's decision to play. Um, Jeez. To go with that, to go with Chris Richards, excuse me. Yeah. Anyway, obviously you can tell I'm a bit out of it. I haven't been feeling too well, of course, like I said. So, um, look, I when I posted my last video, the win against Mexico, I sort of as soon as I finished it, I realized all the notes I had that I hadn't touched on the praise I wanted to give the manager. I wanted to give Greg Berhalter. I'm not sure how many games now it is undefeated. I think maybe 14 games where we haven't lost. That goes back through the summer, and of course these are competitive games. I do believe that's the stat that I read, and I thought, oh, I can't believe I did that. I should have touched on that. It was something really important I wanted to talk about. Um, the fans, these U.S. soccer fans, really flip flop, and you see a lot of they want the manager out, but you don't really see a lot of praise. And it's what I wanted to touch on was that he obviously he's doing things right. You're on this long unbeaten streak. You just beat Mexico for the third time this summer. Quite a comfortable win. Obviously Zach Stefan made some great saves, but that's the goalkeeper that he decided to play that night, and he went for him again last night, excuse me. And look, the shot from McKellen, I don't think you saved that. Certainly Matt Turner, I don't think would have saved that. It just was a rocket. Even Tyler Adams not closing him down, maybe you don't give a player like that too much room, or at least a player on form like that much room. But it really wasn't like he had stepped off him and just invited him to shoot. I think Mikel Antonio just figured, oh, I'm going to have a go, and he is in red hot form. If any of you guys do watch the Premier League, you'll know that he's the main talisman for West Ham United, who are I think third place actually right now in the Premier League. So look, you don't really stop that. I thought the goal from Tim Weah was nicely done. Showed some pretty good control, some slick movement, and again, I thought Timothy Weah was a standout performance last night up until his substitution, and the game just seemed sort of dead after that Jamaica goal. It was like, I feel like when it went in, it just seemed like that was going to be the most exciting thing to happen for the rest of the match, and I suppose I was right. But I think really this video is not going to be too long. I just want to, so just excuse me for that. I just want to talk about the group now. I'm obviously staring at it here, and Canada now remain the only undefeated team, and I have to say that I severely doubted this Canadian soccer team, their ability. And of course, I know they have some standout players in there. Obviously, Jonathan David just won League One over there with Timothy Weah, of course, for Lille. So, dangerous. He didn't even start. I wish I could remember now the guy, the player who scored both goals last night, and they were great goals. The second one, you have that much time, you're right in front of goal, to put your team 2-0 up. it takes a lot of balls. It takes a lot of composure to do that. And he just sort of side-footed at home from the free kick. Free kick was brilliant, perfectly placed. The first goal, just a poacher's goal. It showed that he obviously wanted it more. And now Mexico sit 2 losses in a row, going into the game against us a couple days ago, not having lost a single game so far in the first 6 that they played. So now obviously it's Canada first. We're in second place, and Mexico sit there in third place, tied on points with Panama only ahead on goal difference, as a matter of fact. So yeah, those 3 teams are going to qualify. The fourth place, of course, goes into that playoff round. And look, when Panama beat us, I thought maybe it was just a one-off, and it was such a boring game. We did not play well, and obviously credit to Panama. All credit goes to them for beating us, but we are in a tight situation here. The table is very, very close. CONCACAF is always extremely competitive, and we really haven't taken advantage of the teams that we should be beating. Obviously, drew with Canada, but yes, we beat Mexico, lost to Panama, and excuse me. That loss really is getting a little more scary the more you think about it, because of course we had to play Panama again, albeit on U.S. soil. So we do seem to do well at home, of course. Shout out to all the fans that have been going to the games, all the American Outlaws, and all the people just there supporting the team. It's crazy actually hearing all the excuse me, all the cheering and all the singing that goes on, because the support here for these U.S. men's national team players is immense, and yeah, it's really awesome to hear that. Look, I don't want to say too much. I think I might just end it here. Of course, international break is over, and let me just take a look here. We're gonna continue in January, end of January, where we play El Salvador. So of course, all due respect, we should be winning against El Salvador, and then a big game against Canada on the 30th. So regardless of what we might think, and of course I can admit this, what I might have thought was a not so terrifying Canada team are now sitting top of the table, undefeated in 8 games played, and I do believe they've only drawn twice. Okay, they've drawn 4 times. Excuse me, I'm giving them a little too much praise. Like the commentator, the woman last night. She found it any moment she did her best to let everyone know that she's Canadian, and it was very maybe, I don't know, whatever. I'm rambling here, and if I start rambling now, I'll go on for another 20 minutes. So look, if anyone's watched this so far, let me know what you think. If you have any opinions on anything I've said, in regards to who maybe we could have played instead of the 2 who came in for the suspended players, of course, Miles Robinson and Weston McKennie being out. Say what you want. I don't know how that was a second yellow for Miles Robinson anyway, and the McKennie yellow card, I mean, it just comes down to the officiating was complete dog shit officiating from the referee that night. The more you looked at that, it wasn't even a challenge. There was no tackle on the ball. It was a free kick for the U.S. and Checa Rodriguez. I think it's Checa Rodriguez. I mean, he's just barreling over Brendan Aronson, and then he gouges him in the eye. He's got his head on the back of his, and this referee just, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Weston McKennie should have been playing here, and it is obviously a bit troubling to see that we can only get a point against this Jamaican side. And no disrespect to Jamaica, of course, but looking at the table, this Jamaica side has lost 3 games already, and they've only won a single game. So you expect the U.S. to be beating this team. All due respect, like I said, but. Look, that's it for me, man. I'm going to go and lay in bed. So, yeah, let me know if you have any thoughts on my video, maybe something I can improve. And, of course, my invite always goes out. Anyone watching, if you've been it this far, send me a message on Twitter if you'd ever like to talk about the U.S. team or Arsenal, really anything. All fans are welcome. I would love to get on and have a bit of a chat, sort of forum style, and just talk about, whatever we find interesting, games coming up. Whatever it might be. So, again, thanks very much for watching, guys. If you've made it this far, really appreciate it, and I'll see you when I see you.